Ever heard a story that just sticks with you? The Lost Colony of Roanoke is exactly that kind of tale. Imagine this. Over 100 English settlers, men, women, and children. They set up a new home on an island off North America. Then, poof, they vanished. Gone without a visible trace. It's one of America's oldest, coldest cases. What could make an entire community disappear? For centuries, this mystery has baffled historians. It's stumped archaeologists. It's even fueled countless campfire stories. One moment a bustling New English settlement, the next an eerie silence. Only a single cryptic word carved into a post. The Lost Colony of Roanoke awaits. So why all the fuss about Roanoke? What is it about this lost colony that continues to captivate our imaginations and fuel endless speculation? It happened a long, long time ago, right? Over 4 centuries have passed since the settlers vanished without a trace. In fact, it was in the year 1587, a time when the world was still largely unexplored, and the New World was a land of mystery and promise. But this isn't just some dusty old history lesson. Roanoke is significant, hugely significant. It represents the hopes and dreams of an entire nation. It was England's first real attempt to plant a permanent colony in the New World. Think about that. The stakes were incredibly high. The very beginning of English America, the foundation upon which future colonies would be built. Their success, or failure, would shape the future. The fate of these early settlers would influence the course of history. And well, their story didn't exactly go as planned. The colony was found deserted, with no clear indication of what happened to its inhabitants. The fate of those colonists is more than just a historical puzzle. It's a human story. A story filled with intrigue, mystery, and unanswered questions. A story of hope, of struggle. These were people who left everything behind in search of a new life, a better future, of dreams meeting a harsh unknown reality. These were real people, families, men, women, and children who faced unimaginable challenges, including Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the Americas. Her birth symbolized hope and the promise of a new beginning. And we're going to hunt for them, to uncover the truth behind the mystery of Roanoke, to piece together the fragments of their story and bring it to light. Let's set the scene. It's the late 16th century. England, under Queen Elizabeth I, wants a piece of the New World. Spain and Portugal are already cashing in. Sir Walter Raleigh, a dashing favorite of the Queen, gets the charter. His mission: establish an English foothold in North America, Roanoke Island, nestled behind the outer banks of modern-day North Carolina. This was the chosen spot. Sounds idyllic, right? A fresh start. But the reality was far more complex. The first group of colonists, all men, arrived in 1585. This was more of a military outpost, a reconnaissance mission. They faced hardships, food shortages. 3 years. Imagine that wait. For the colonists, cut off from their homeland. For Governor John White, desperate to return. War between England and Spain threw a massive wrench in his plans. The mighty Spanish Armada needed every available English ship. White tried, he really did. But attempts to get back to Roanoke were thwarted. Finally, in August 1590, he made it. He must have been filled with a mix of hope and dread. As his ship approached Roanoke Island, an eerie quiet greeted them. No welcoming fires, no signs of life from the settlement. His heart must have been pounding. Section 5. Whispers from the dirt unearthing new clues. For centuries that was pretty much it. Croatoan, a storm, an abandoned search. The lost colony faded into legend, but fast forward to our time. Archaeologists, historians, and scientists are back on the case, and they're armed with more than just shovels and theories. They have technology, they have new perspectives, and they're finding things that could change everything. The Earth itself is starting to talk. One of the big breakthroughs came from a map. Not just any map, but Governor John White's own map from the 1580s. Section 6. The Dare Stone Conundrum. Message or clever hoax. Now let's talk about something really controversial. The Dare Stones have sparked debates among historians, archaeologists, and enthusiasts for decades. These stones, if authentic, could provide a direct link to the fate of the lost colony of Roanoke, something that could be a direct message from the lost colony. Imagine the excitement and the implications of such a discovery. It would rewrite a significant chapter of American history, or it could be one of the most elaborate hoaxes in American history. The authenticity of these stones has been questioned repeatedly, with some experts calling them a clever forgery. I'm talking about the Dare Stones. These stones, inscribed with messages, have been a subject of fascination and skepticism since their discovery. The first one, the Chowan stone, surfaced in 1937. It was found by a tourist named Louis Hammond while he was traveling through the Carolinas. Imagine a tourist finding a rock, a seemingly ordinary rock that would soon become the center of a historical mystery. A rock with an inscription that claimed to be a message from Eleanor Dare, the daughter of John White, and the mother of Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the New World. It claimed to be a message from Eleanor Dare, John White's daughter, mother of Virginia Dare. The message was poignant and filled with despair. The inscription on this first stone was heartbreaking. It spoke of the dire circumstances faced by the colonists. It told a story of sickness, of death. The colonists were ravaged by disease and other hardships. Of all the colonists perishing except for 7, only 7 survivors remained, struggling to stay alive in a hostile environment. Killed by disease or by Native Americans, the message hinted at conflicts and the harsh realities of their situation. It even mentioned her daughter Virginia. The fate of the first English child born in America was a mystery that haunted many, and it was signed EWD Eleanor White Dare. This signature added a personal touch, making the message even more compelling and tragic. Section 7. Cracking the code theories of what really happened. So, we've got an abandoned colony, a cryptic carving, new archaeological finds, and a controversial stone. What does it all mean? Where did they go? This is where the theories come in. And there are plenty. Let's start with the most obvious one, the Croatoan clue. This theory suggests the colonists did exactly what White thought. They moved to Croatoan Island, now Hatteras Island. They likely integrated with the friendly Croatoan tribe. Over time, they assimilated, became part of the tribe. This would explain why no large group of English settlers was ever found. Section 8. Beyond the island, Roanoke's ripple through time. The Lost Colony is more than just a historical whodunit. Its story, or lack of a clear ending, has had lasting effects. It teaches us about the brutal realities of early colonization, the immense courage and desperation of those involved, the complex, often tragic interactions with Native American populations. Roanoke serves as a stark reminder that not every venture into the unknown ends in triumph. Sometimes it ends in silence, and that silence can echo for centuries. Let's tackle some common misconceptions. One is that the colonists just vanished into thin air, like some supernatural event. While it's a romantic idea, the evidence points to more earthly explanations: relocation. Section 9. The mystery lingers, why Roanoke still grips our imagination. So, after all this digging, all these theories, and countless hours of research, where do we stand with the Lost Colony of Roanoke? The truth is, the mystery isn't fully solved. Not yet. We have tantalizing clues, strong possibilities, but no definitive answers. The story of Roanoke is like a puzzle with many pieces scattered across time. We have some pieces that fit together, but many are still missing. The evidence increasingly points towards the colonists splitting up, with some likely assimilating with the Croatoan people on Hatteras Island. Imagine the settlers, faced with dwindling supplies and no sign of help from England, making the difficult decision to split up in hopes of survival. Some may have moved inland, perhaps to Site X, a location that has yielded intriguing artifacts. The interaction between the settlers and the indigenous people is a crucial part of this story. The Croatoan people, known for their hospitality, might have taken in some of the colonists, leading to a blending of cultures and lives. Others may have ventured further inland, seeking refuge and resources in the dense woodlands. Site X, marked on some old maps, has been a focal point for recent archaeological digs, revealing artifacts that suggest a European presence. But the exact details, the full story of their fate, remain elusive. The abandoned settlement, the empty landscapes, all echo with the silence of unanswered questions. It's like we have pieces of a giant jigsaw puzzle. Each new discovery adds a piece, but we're still missing some crucial connectors that would complete the picture. The mystery of Roanoke captivates us because it's a story of human resilience, hope, and tragedy. What makes Roanoke so captivating, even after 435 years? I think it's the human element. The passage of time has only deepened our fascination. The changing seasons, the relentless march of history, all add layers to the enigma. The story of ordinary people facing extraordinary circumstances, their hopes, their fears, their ultimate silence. Imagine the courage it took to leave everything behind and start anew in an unknown land. The harsh environment, the storms, the uncertainty of survival. Their story is a testament to the human spirit, their hopes, their fears, their ultimate silence. It's this blend of history, mystery, and humanity that keeps us coming back to Roanoke, searching for answers, and hoping to one day complete the puzzle. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the mystery of Roanoke. If you enjoyed unraveling these clues and theories, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned for more intriguing mysteries and unsolved cases.